Hey folks, so today we're going to be going over the Pen Blackstar and how to get it, whether you want to buy it or make it yourself. Now, this is too long don't read version is, or don't watch, I guess. Buy it if you're wanting it cheaper on average, but that's not the whole story. So, basically, if you're going to buy it, we'll just go over that right now. You're going to be looking at, just go in, Blackstar, whatever one it is that you're wanting. You go for pen and it's going to cost you like 138 million was the last one sold for this one. There are other ones where they're literally just sat on the market. Like here we go, we've got one where you can get 132 billion straight away, no problem. Now, this is where it gets a bit more complicated if you want to make it yourself. So first things first, you're going to want to obviously buy a Pry version because that's where it basically, that's the lowest it can go if it downgrades. And then obviously if you've been given one, you can try and upgrade it anyway, but like the free tech, but we won't go into that. So basically from there, you're going to want Blackstone Armors for getting your 30 fail stacks, for making the fail stacks for making it, and you will also want your Flawless Magical Blackstones. These are from having a Sharp Black Crystal Shard, Hard Black Crystal Shard, and Massive Pure Magic. And then you can also make a ×10 variant by using 10 of those ingredients with a Blackstone powder. Now, for this, Massive Pure Magic you can get daily from your Pit of Undying, or you can also get them from a few nodes. For example, Star's End gives you them. I've had my Star's End going for probably 3 weeks without touching it, and I've got 80, so it's not a bad way of getting them. They also drop from grinding, but basically that's how I would advise to get them. Now, in regards to the actual enhancing of it, I've made a spreadsheet for you guys. So it will be linked in the description. So you can just find it in the description. And then here, basically, I'll try and break down everything. But you're going to enter the price that it costs you to get the Blackstones. This is in multiples of a million. Their whole sheet is in multiple of a million when it comes to costs and things like that. So then you're going to do the price of your Flawless Blackstones. I don't put a price for Massive Pure Magic, some people do. Concentrated Blackstones, because you're going to be tapping Reblath Armor or Militia Weapons to make the Concentrated Blackstones to get your fail stacks. Then Memory Fragment cost for your repairs. Valk's Cry cost for basically doing Advice of Valks. Each one has a separate amount. And then the Pry Blackstar and the Pen Blackstar is populated when you select whichever version you're going for. So let's say we're going for the Blackstar Blade. What this will do is it will repopulate the values, change the amount that it's going to give you. So this ID bit is just to show you that it's changed the ID, so you know that it's got the current information. Obviously, you're not going to know the ID, but once you see that update, you know everything should have updated alongside it. So as you can see, if you were to make a Blackstar Blade pen yourself, this doesn't do tax, so this isn't for making profit off making pens. This is to see cost versus cost. So if you were to make it yourself on average, so if you were the 0.1% that do it on 50% of the time, like basically the 50% perfect average. So if you, the lucky 44.95%, you make it before then, you're going to make it cheaper than this. You're not going to have lost an extra 32 billion on top of buying the blade. But if you're like luckier, you'll make as much, but you could be unlucky and use a lot more. I am actually on the unlucky side. I'm not sure why I really minimized. I didn't need to minimize to show you this text box, but I did it. So I'm at 18 on average to be like 50%. You would actually just need like 13 chances on average to be in the perfect average percentile. But where it gets interesting is Artisan's Memory. So if you were to use Artisan's Memory all the time, perfectly on average, it would be 33 billion profit rather than 32 billion loss. So it literally has a 65 billion difference, which is a massive difference. But let's say we change it to the crossbow, because that's the one I'm going for. You can see I'd make a bit more profit if I used Artisans all the time, or a little bit less loss if I wasn't using Artisans. Now, I'm going to quickly cover crons here. I have not added crons on because basically crons are pointless. They are so much more expensive. However, the caveat to that is you will get it sooner because it will not have to downgrade and then you have to upgrade. So you'll do less clicks overall, but those clicks are much more expensive. Now, this bit here, EU, is basically select your region so that it gives you data accurate to your region. Now, base chance is your base chance on your enhancing. So if you've not done the quests book, you'll still have 0. If you've done 30,000 quests, you'll have 5. And that'll just update this basically to be accurate. Now here you select how many, basically if you're going for a 30 stack off the base, this is exactly the same as my enhancing for profit calculator if you've used that. So there's nothing new there. This is the cost per black star you make on each row. So this is for the pen one, this. So for a pen, I'm going to get into this. Oh, if this is not showing -1 here and 1 here, something's broken. Ignore this. Try and make it as balanced as possible to make it most efficient pricing. But just ignore this really. It's not something that you really need to concern yourself about. But it's if you were balancing for making profit, which is what this is off my black star sheet on my enhancement profit calculator over here. So this one, as you can see, this is much closer. There's a bit of a gap, but that's something that can easily be changed. For example, if I just went here, it wouldn't make it perfect. In fact, that barely changed anything. Oh yeah, no, it's because I did it at the wrong end. If I did pry here, there you go, that makes it closer. But anyway, that's not to be concerned about. If this doesn't have -1 here, 1 here, and the rest 0, you've done something wrong. Most likely what you've done is, for example, gone try here, then it throws it off. You want to always make sure that on the pen black star, you're only clicking on 10 black stars. So this is going to do 10 attempts to take it from a 241 stack to a 301 stack. Once you make it 301, save it for a Deboreka or for Fallen God, like pen. That's my advice. Obviously, you don't have to. You can just keep going. But this is going to take 1.3 300 stacks on average. And then it's going to take 1.38 tet stacks, which your tet stacks are going up to 252. That's just because that was the most efficient. And then 7.54 of your try stacks, and you're going to make basically 44.57 duos. Now, the reason this bit's here before it is because you're going to have to make this stack to attempt the black star every time. So you're going to be doing this, making a 241 stack every single time. Now, you can put your Valks in wherever you want. It's customizable, basically. So you can find ways where it might bring you profit like closer to the same price as just buying it or lower. Now, why would you still do it this way? If you want your name on it, basically. Now, this is getting very long. I do apologize, but I'm going through it as much as possible. If you found it useful so far, obviously like, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, memberships are a thing. They do help me put more time into creating videos because obviously making profit means I can put more time into it. Tet Black Star. So this one is the same as pen, just basically what I'm going to do from here is cover where I start clicking. So I go from a 127 stack ideally. So I start clicking 127 and then it'll go up in increments. And as I said, I stop at 252, but 240 is fine to stop at. Ideally, you want to stop at where you start at on the next one so that you wouldn't have to do the Reblath clicks. But in regards to this, I'm happy to start at a 110 stack. If I don't have any 127s available when I'm needing to click it. Then for duo, going up to tet to try, sorry, or making you tet, I guess. Oh yeah, so this Valk's Cry, you can just change this as needed to whatever stack you're wanting to make. Now, I do this so that I get 110 stacks for making my accessories, but duo, I generally start at a 63. Now, if you're not starting at 63, that's fine. Like, I've just started doing it as low as a 53 stack because it's honestly not much of a change. It's about 4% difference. So, I mean, yeah, in the long run, that's a big difference, but for the sake of making the stack, it's a bit, saves time. And then for making your duo, start at a 40 stack. I usually start at a 44, just for that extra little bit of quicker success chance, but generally 40 is completely fine. So that's basically everything that you need to know about clicking and using this spreadsheet. And then it's just basically hope that you get it cheaper than this rather than more expensive like me. If there's anything else that you've got questions about in regards to this, please just send me a message on Discord, in the Discord group, or put a comment on the video and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And a little add-on for you guys that actually made it to the end of the video. Yes, this is re-recorded again because I accidentally didn't check to see whether I had unmuted my mic when I first recorded it and uploaded it and released it at 2 p.m. today. So it's re-recorded as soon as I got home from work. So sorry for that, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. I'll be streaming tomorrow, and I hope to see you around. If not, I'll see you next video. Just to let you know, that next video, I'm actually planning on doing the maths behind the alchemy stones, see whether it's worth enhancing them and things. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We'll see. Ciao for now. Thank you for watching.